so let's get started opening this thing up and we'll see what it all includes. Okay. Paperwork, definitely don't need that. We got all of our connectors. These will be super useful because of this guy in particular. So this guy actually goes down into your skimmer basket and is called a regulator. I actually looked for one of these for a long time, couldn't find it, but basically depending on how it's set with this little spring here will determine how much suction comes from your vacuum versus your skimmer basket and vice versa, so you can adjust that. Super useful. This one also comes with a bunch of hose segments, which is super useful because we needed a new hose. The one different one is going to be this one here. The reason why that's different, it's got a little extra float thing on here, and the connection on the end is different, and that's because this one will actually go to the cleaner. Last thing in here should be actual vacuum. Yep. And this is the Zodiac MX6. So this thing is actually pretty good construction here. You'll notice it does have some instructions on the top here. This you'll want to save, but we're going to take it off for now. This is how to set the some of the levels. It's got a good carrying handle, and you can open this up easily to clean it if you need to by just pressing this yellow button and opening it up. That way, all of the leaves and junk can get caught in here, and so you can clean that out. Super easy. Also, everything is just screws in here, so if you do need to replace something, it is really easy. And in fact, that's what the people at Leslie's told me, is that these are super reliable. They almost never break, but when they do, it's something super simple to replace. All right, so to get started, we're gonna go ahead and just attach this flow regulator onto the end of one of the hose sections. In this case, you have two ends, one with the call that a female, and one with a male. So hook that onto the male, you will see a flow indicator, and that's gonna point down because the suction will pull that down. I'm actually gonna install a couple more of these, so pretty easy. Slide on and then twist so they stay tight. Probably one more. Go. That way I can feed this in through the interior of my skimmer basket area. Then this is pretty simple. It just slides directly down into the suction out of your skimmer basket. If you have two, typically one is for the drain and the other is out to the pool pump and filter, and that's what we have. If you only have one, it's safe to say it's for the pool pump. And you should make sure your pump is off. So what we're gonna do is attach as many of these segments as you need. In my case, I'm just gonna install them all because it won't hurt. If you do have a larger pool though, you may need more segments, which I'm sure you could buy on Amazon as well, or at your local pool supply store. Now, the reason why this is the last one, it also can come off, but this will just basically provide you ability to spin around, so that way it's not having difficulty. There you go, and it just clicks in just like that. And here's the deal too. We're gonna need to turn the pool pump on, and then we're gonna need to submerge this all in water. Once there's all of the air out of the lines, we're gonna look at this side here. There's a little yellow insert into one of the wheels. Now with that yellow marker, we need to count how many seconds it takes for that to turn 10 times. It should be in the realm of 20 to 25 seconds. If it's not, that's when that regulator will come into play, and you can adjust that up or down to adjust the suction level so it's just right for your pool. So I'm gonna dunk this in for now and go ahead and turn the pump on. To be honest, I didn't even do it yet, but it's getting all of the air out right now of the line, and I can already tell this thing is gonna work amazing. We have a ton of gunk on the bottom of our pool that's just accumulated over the winter, and we've used Clear Aid on, so it's sunk down there. And this is really the thing that we were looking for to clean it up, because It will suck everything up great because it's a suction side pump. So it has nothing really built in other than what the suction powers from the pump. And it pulls all the dirt into the filter.
1 week later.
Well, as you can tell, it's a couple days later. We have had quite the few days with our pool from when we put this in. What we've learned through all of this is you have to make sure that your pool pump and your pool filter are absolutely clean and performing at its top to use this Zodiac MX6, MX6 Elite or MX8, because it does use that suction to power everything. So let's get started with the setup procedure that involves looking at the actual vacuum and timing the yellow piece that moves. So now that we have the vacuum, we need to find this yellow marker that's on one side of the vacuum here. And we're gonna need to count the number of seconds that it takes to get 10 full rotations of this marker. So, go ahead and get started and go. 10. Okay, you can let that go. So for that marker, you want those 10 rotations in about 20 to 25 seconds, which ours is right at the top at 25 seconds. If it's any lower, if it goes through like that 10 rotations in about 10 to 15 seconds, you could, maybe get some damage on your machine earlier than expected. If it takes longer than 20 to 25 seconds, you're not gonna have peak performance on your cleaner. So to adjust it, we're gonna go to our skimmer basket, open up your cover, and ideally you want your vacuum off for this, but I'm gonna do it without looking out. Stay. So you can see this piece here. This is called a regulator. That's what it is, a regulator. And so you can see here that it's in the number, what would this be, 2 spot right here, because this thing pulls out and you can adjust it. If you go higher in the number, it's gonna not pull in as much water and it's gonna have more suction. If you go lower, it's gonna be easier for this thing to pop open and it's gonna pull more water out of here and have less suction on the pump. So since I have it open, I'm gonna switch to 3 because I was on the higher end of that. And then we put this back in. There is a marker on here, it says flow down, so you wanna make sure it's pointed down towards the bottom of the pool. There we go. Well, that does it for setup. This thing will just run whenever your pump runs, and it so far has done an amazing job. So good that we've actually had to empty the filter twice now because it's picking up all of the gunk that's on our pool right now. So if you guys are interested in the Zodiac MX6 or MX6 Elite or MX8, you can check the links below in the description. Or if you have any questions or concerns about them, put them in there as well. I'd love to help you guys out as much as I can. Otherwise, be sure to stay tuned and subscribe because we will do a 6-month and a 1-year review on this to see how it's doing. Thank you guys once again for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.